All right. Well, welcome back. I hope you had a nice break there. Crystal was amazing. A lot of great information that she shared, and I hope you all are pumped up and revved up for our next speaker, Monique Dubose. As a proud veteran retiring from the United States Air Force after 21 years, she's also the founder, CEO of the Resilient You. As a co-author of the United States Air Force's official required resiliency curriculum, she has trained over 10,000 active duty and reserve military personnel, civilians, and their families. As an entrepreneur, she has created a framework of resilience based on sharing personal stories about family, reintegration, transition to civilian life, and staying in the fight of life. This framework is no jargon or fluff. Her message is simple. You are resilient, and you have the power to bounce back. She has a true love for people and volunteers hours of her time towards community and service to the United States, working with victims of sexual assault, volunteering time at the rescue missions and the Tacoma Urban League. So she's got no slides. She is going to have this in an interactive session. So without further ado, I'm going to give it all over to you, Monique.
Hello, hello, hello. I can't see faces, Melissa. I need to love on some people today. Where are you? Where are you? I bring greetings to each and every one of you from the Pacific Northwest, specifically Puyallup, Washington. Hi, Sherry, I see you. Hello, hello. Okay, so greetings. I am Monique Dubose, and I just wanted to say thank you, Melissa, for the opportunity to share. Thank you to your amazing team, to Terry, who has been amazing. Thank you very much for my panic this morning. I thank each and every one of you for waking up and being a part of this community. That's what it's about, getting together, engaging. I love the title of this, The Resilient You, right? Who's living life like today? If you're living life, can you just, I can't see you, but can you just raise your hand? Because I'm doing life. And what an amazing topic to talk about, the resilient you. That is, it's so funny. That is the name of my business, the Resilient You LLC. And I was just so immediately connected and wanted to share my story and to leave you with some things that have really been beneficial to me. There is a hand or something somewhere, and I wanted to take note of that, or was that an accident? I don't know, but hello, I hope you're waving at me.
Absolutely. And just let you know, Monique, so those, and you can also do it too, on the top right of your screen, it says view. You can see the little dots there. If you click on gallery view, there you can see the other people that are in here. So there's a speaker view, gallery view, and you can go to, and then I recommend going to full screen.
Okay, sounds good. So thank you, Melissa. See, I'm already having some tech issues, but that happens. Hey, Bobby. Hi. Thank you. Glad to see you. Okay, Amy's in the house. I see you. Thank you for waking up this morning to hang out just a little bit. Thank you. I am, again, Monique Dubose. I bring greetings again from my family, my husband, who is retired Army, and this beautiful human being right here, Monique Dubose, who is my senior, 12th grade, high school senior, graduation in a couple of weeks, and really turning my life around. Again, I said, who's doing life? This lady right here. If you've ever had that going on for you, let me tell you, it's something. But what we are here to do today is to just talk about the power, how much power there is in bouncing back. So again, resilience is the bounce back, right? It is the 10,000 things that you've done over and over and over again, where you become what I am. I am a master resilience expert. What makes me a master is simply because I've bounced back quite a few times, and I'm an expert at it because I keep doing it and I keep doing it. And you know what? It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But people get so caught up in, oh my God, I gotta bounce back. Oh my God, I gotta bounce back. Oh my God. You know what? You can recreate yourself as many times as you like. and tell them I said it, because I'm the master. I'm like Malcolm Gladwell, who says if you've done something if you spent 10,000 hours doing something over and over again, you become an expert at it. So that is me. So my story simply begins with my time in the military. I am 21 years, 6 months, and 18 days. I retired in 2018, and right here in the Pacific Northwest from Joint Base Lewis McChord. And you know what? I am living my best life. I love the military, but I am living my blessed life. And you know why? Because that was an experience, that was a time when I didn't think that I could say just that. So my story begins with having a little girl in my world and not being able to connect with her. Why? Because I spent many, many days in Afghanistan, many, many days in Iraq, and returning home, what that looked like for me was unreal. I had no idea that this was going to happen to me. So, you know, after spending days and days away from Monet and James, who was, when I'm here, he's gone, and when he's here, I'm gone. It was a lot. We spent a whole year or so of doing that. So what did that look like for Monet and me returning? Not connecting. But you know what I did? How I coped? I went shopping. I know you're saying that's pretty amazing, right? You get to go shopping. No, I went shopping. I spent all of the money on half of the room filled with Elmo, half of my closet filled with clothes that I couldn't wear. Before flat screens were out, I had the latest and greatest of all flat screens, because I knew James would need that when he returned home, and all new, brand new furniture and lots of things that anyone would want to have. I spent all the money. And anyone knows that when you go on these deployments, you want to return with, okay, I've done my job. I can go home and go visit my family. I can do things, but I spent all the money. That was my coping mechanism. But one thing about that is, and I tell this story, I really want to go deep real fast. When you are not connecting, let me tell you a little bit what that looks like when you're not connecting with your daughter. I was doing a lot of harmful things to my body. I was sleeping with her after going on binges and binges of shopping. To make sure she was safe, I would put pots and pans in the bed to make sure she was safe, because I was so tired from shopping. I wasn't a big, heavy drinker, but when I did drink, it put me out. But every day, it was not getting better. But let me tell you about the bounce back. Let me tell you about so much power just in that piece of the story. Every day I got up, I went to work, I put on my uniform, I was promoted, I helped my airmen get promoted. Everyone was great, everyone was happy, everyone loved Sergeant Dubose. Sergeant Dubose was on it. But after I left there, returned, but there's power there. There is so much power in that. You know why? Because after all of the money being spent, there was someone named James Dubose, who is my husband, still today after 20 years, that was really always connecting. He knew who I was, and he was listening to me through that phone. He was listening to me, and he was taking care of everything on the outside. I never went to the mailbox except for to get packages. I left everything else. I left it all there. My neighbor, I never paid a bill. My husband was always paying them bills when I didn't even know it. My neighbor and my husband was always taking care of me. Being resilient means that at some point you got to come up out of that, right? So what did it take? It took someone watching all of this happening to me returning back to the States after that life in Germany, and someone saying, you know what? You are the person that we need to talk about resilience. And it blew my mind because I didn't think that I was that person. They said, we want you to help us create this curriculum for the Air Force. We want you to go around and talk to other airmen about being resilient and teach them these amazing skills. So I learned a very good book, and I met a lot of great people that way more experienced than me, way more, they were way smarter than I was. And we talked about a curriculum. But the whole time that I was building this curriculum, you know what? I really never thought that that was me. I still didn't think it was me. We're talking about those skills that you all are probably very familiar with. We're talking about hunting the good stuff. We're talking about pip slap, giving yourself put it in perspective, pip slap. We're building this curriculum and I'm helping doing this work, but I really never thought they were talking about me. I could not imagine telling that story, but no one ever let me know that they were watching all the time until I'm sitting in the classroom, right? I'm sitting there, I'm talking to somebody about going through the steps and things that you should do when you're spiraling out of control, when you want to have ACR, active constructive responses. I'm really looking at that, right? And I'm talking to someone and it just hit me. I was like, oh my God, that was me. So we talk about active constructive responses. If you ever heard that, it's about the 4 ways that one responds, the way you respond to good news. My story around that and this amazing human being is this: resilience, all about communication, another very big competency of resilience. We're tired, right? I go to work every day, I'm putting on boots, I'm putting on this uniform, I'm going in there, I'm doing a great job. But again, the importance of all of that was returning home. And when I got home, that precious baby would bring me a picture. You remember those pictures that had that one line? Amy, you remember that picture? If you ever had a kid, the art they would bring home, and you go, oh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Monet brought that home to me, and I would go, oh, that's nice. And I put it to the side. Never thinking about active constructive responding. So there's 4 ways. Let me tell you that. I'll get back to the story. So there is, yes, tell me more. That's exciting. And I don't know if you've all been through resilience training before, but I'm going to tell you this. So here we go. So there's 4 ways. And I'd love for you to take some notes or just to think about this. The first way is, hey, tell me more. Let me hear about it. Oh, that's good. Oh, let me hear more. The second way, which is passive, is, why did you do that? Oh my goodness. Don't do that. Did you think about that? There's a third way. Thank you for telling me that, but let me tell you about me. You remember that one-up type thing? And then here's that, what we always do. If you have one of these, do you have a phone? You know, we're looking at the computer and that phone, and we are like, got it. Got it. So those are your 4 responses. So when Monet would bring home that beautiful art picture, I go, that's great. I was looking at my phone and that computer, that's good. So one day I go to my husband's office and I see all her art all around. Imagine that. I start to cry. I go right into cry mode. I'm not listening. I was not responding to her, but he responded the right way. So she kept going back to him. And one thing about active constructive responding is this: you never ever want a person to be in trouble where they don't feel like they can come to you. Does that make sense? So think about that. Just think about my child, and I go into, I love her, I'm her mom, I need that, I'm supposed to have that. Why is it? He says to me, you're not responding. He's using my lesson on me. Again, I didn't even realize that these skills were for me. the resilience training was for me until that happened. So I go through this long life of wanting to understand all these skills. I started working in them every day, started building them in my lifestyle, started building them with my family. I started building them with my friends, my community. And through all of that, one of my favorite sayings, and it's so good, it's on my wall right here. You've always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself. Have you all heard that? Have you heard that, Terry? Have you heard that, Mary, Tania? Deborah, have you ever heard that? That's from the Wizard of Oz. You've always had the power. So that started me creating what the power of the bounce back really looked like. So today, through my story, my hope is that you get to live this amazing life. Because let me tell you, I'm living my best life. I'm doing life, yes, but it is so much better. It is the power that bounce back created for me after such a living a life of what I didn't imagine was really me, spiraling out of control, not connecting with my baby, but showing up every day, but horribly feeling like I didn't want to live sometimes, feeling like I didn't know how to even get out of the bed, but I got up and I went to work, and all these things around me and all the shopping that I did, how horribly that was connected to my coping. But my hope is that you get to recreate yourself as many times as you want to. So here I am. I am the CEO, the founder of the Resilience U LLC. I am a motivational speaker, teacher. I am currently, I was a school teacher this school year. I am currently the regional director for Big Brothers, Big Sisters. I'm a mother, I'm a friend, I'm a sister. I'm number 7 of 7 girls. My mother lives with me. Who's doing life? Okay, shall I keep going? I'm recreating myself. I'm doing things that I would have never thought that I could do after going through such a time in my life. And that, again, I say how much power that is in the bounce back. So I'm a TED Talk. I have a TEDx out there. Go check it out. It talks about all this story. And I am a writer. I have created a book called Use Your Power to Empower, a workbook, which is amazing, and talks, just helps get kind of a workbook that gets you through. Recreate yourself. That is my hope. And my hope is that you build some self-awareness, because we all need to know who we are, right? Have you had to sit down and just say, well, what is the deal? Like, who am I? What do I do? What am I gonna do? So it's all about the power of the bounce back. So it looks like, what does that look like when we really talk about the power of the bounce back? So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about when I recreated myself and how I got through the journey. And it is my hope that your journey too brings you to your highest self, your highest you. I like to talk about the resilient you because I go, I am you. Amy, I'm you. So I hope you get it. It's like, if you have a story, you all have your own stories to tell. I think your last speaker talked about that a little bit. We all have our own stories, our own journeys, but you have to learn to transform that mindset and realize your true potential. So I'm going to leave you with something. And when I think about how do you create yourself, you got to learn your cup size. Your cup size. So what y'all think about that? Learning your cup size. Like, what is a cup size? What does that mean? Not your venti or your cup at Starbucks, your cup size. Start imagining. What am I talking about? What is Monique talking about? She is talking about learning your calling, your uniqueness, and your purpose. Really honing in on what that looks like. So through all of the resilience and through all of the bounce back, you have the power to own your cup size. You get to create that. Your journey, your story, all of that entails that. So you ask, what really was I created to do? Do you know your cup size, Amy? Perfect, because we're going to talk about that. I'm going to quickly tell you how to get there. Deborah, it is my hope that you know your cup size. It is my hope, Terry, that and Bianca, that you understand your cup size. So what does that mean? So again, your calling, your uniqueness, and your purpose. So everybody has a purpose, right? Does everybody know your purpose here? I believe, it is my belief, that everyone's purpose is to serve. You do it anyway. You think about that. You serve others. Your purpose is to serve others. My purpose was to serve others. I did it all the time. I went to work. I showed up. I helped my airman get promoted. I got, promoted. I'm a mother, service. I'm a wife, service. My family, you serve all the time. You open the doors for people at the store. You help others. We serve. I'm a Tacoma rescue mission. I go there often to serve. My purpose. But what your calling is very specific. Everyone's calling is very unique, right? That's why the uniqueness comes up. So how do you know if you have a calling or your hand, or have a calling on your hand, or is it really a phase? So sometimes people say, I just don't know what that looks like. I think I'm just going through a phase. You get to create and recreate yourself, but there's a calling in you. What are you really excited to contribute? What are you really excited to contribute to the world? I am all about, they call me Miss Motivation. You know why? I wake up every day wanting to motivate and inspire everyone I see. I'm living life. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And, when I walk down the street and I'm inspiring others, I also get inspiration. I'm like totally inspired by this whole setup right here, because frankly, I love being in front of people. I want to touch you. I want to feel you. I want to feel that energy in the room. But right now, just engaging here on this computer, I'm having a good time. I'm very thankful for this contribution to tell you something new. So are you excited? Finding some self-clarity around that. So you have that exciting country. What are you contributing? You get excited about it. Making that decision to contribute is key. But the only difference is from those that are connected to your calling and those that have really made a decision. You can't be disconnected. You got to say, I will contribute, and decide. What does that look like? Like you can say it, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, but you got to make a decision. How hard is that to make a decision? That's hard. That is hard. Making a decision and committing to it is hard. But again, like I said, recreate yourself. Absolutely. Do all those things if you want to, because you can. That is power in those 10,000 hours you spent falling down or failing, or, you get to do that, right? That's number one. But then you got to recognize, you know what, listen, I have a calling and I need to understand my purpose first. What is this calling all about? You then have to say, let's get clear about the contribution around this uniqueness, this calling that I have, and then make a decision to go for it. Don't hold back. Do not hold back. So again, what do? You present yourself. You make the decision. You got to act. You got to do it. The power of the bounce back says that you are amazing. You have the power. You have the power. If you are amazing, you can do whatever you want to do, but you got to act. You got to not conform, but you got to start to transform. Do it. Do it for who? You. I am you. Amy, I'm you. Bobby, I'm you. Melissa, I am you. We are unique in our own contributions, but let me tell you, I'm you. I'm going through the same power of the bounce back transformation as you. So listen, I am going to go to the next thing. So we've recreating. Got that? We found our calling. We decided we want to contribute through that calling. We made the decision to do that. And guess what? We act. I want you to know that becoming who you are after you think you failed those many times, it's a feeling of excitement. Enjoy it. Live your best you. Live your best you. You get to decide that. You, the resilient you. See, I allowed through my story, I used to allow things, my thinking, my actions, my attitude, my behavior, all of that. When you think about it, my thinking, my actions, my attitude, and my behaviors was just a little off, right? I was off, but there's so much power because now my thinking is different. My actions are different. My attitude is different. I'm telling you, I made a real decision, and you can make a decision too. What is your cup size? Make a decision to live your best life. Reality. I like to say, you can make a choice and take a chance. You ever heard that? Make a choice, take a chance. You have a human responsibility. You have a divine partnership with me. If you'd like that, please call on me anytime. I love that when women veterans can get together, we can support each other. There's so many different organizations. I'm so grateful for Melissa and the opportunity that she has put forth for all of us. Stay connected. Stay connected. So the power of the bounce back, and we could talk about so many other things, but I'm so grateful that I'm able to share my story. So that story ever resonated with anyone, I would hear it several times. Oh, that's my story, especially the part about shopping. People go, well, that's what I do. Oh my God, that's what I do. Let me tell you, in my story, it wasn't such a great thing, but it brought me here because there is power in the bounce back. Success for me isn't just about what you accomplish in life, like, everything. It's about what you inspire others to do. And I hope that this message, my story, has inspired you, where you can tell others and they can tell others, because guess what? There is power in the bounce back. Absolutely power in the bounce back. Learn your cup size. Think about that a little bit, but know that there is so much power. I want to leave you with a few things. I want everybody to repeat after me, wherever you are. I am worthy. I am enough. I have what it takes. I can do this. Whatever happened, happened for me. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop me. Absolutely nothing. Thank you, Amy. Absolutely nothing can stop you. Remember, you've always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself. I thank you again for listening, for getting up this morning to wanting to engage. It has been such a pleasure. I hope you can find your cup size and know that there is power, so much power, big power in the bounce back. You are amazing. Melissa, I thank you again. I think that is my time, but I have just, I enjoy telling my story in the way that I told my story. I don't know what's next and how we move next, but I am here for any questions. I don't see the chat, or
Yep.
maybe I do. Are there any questions? Please, can someone talk to me? Ask me something.
And also too, Monique, can you share your contact information? How best can someone get a hold of you?
Absolutely. So you can email me for sure, theresilienceU@outlook.com. Visit my website at Monique Dubose, that's DUBOSE.com. Sign in and link up with me, send me a message, and let's connect there, as well as follow me on, you'll see a lot of my family, which I enjoy, and you can tell because that's my crew and that's my story. The Resilience You on Instagram, and on Facebook, I'm the Resilience You on Facebook as well. So please connect with me anytime. We have to lean on each other. I love this community. I love what Melissa and your team are doing. I really appreciate it. I have found my cup size, and I am here to motivate, inspire, and wake up every day, enjoy doing it. So I'd love to share more and just see how I can be of support to this community. Are there any questions, Melissa? Did we get any questions?
Well, actually, no questions, but you got from Mary. Awesome. Thank you for these inspiring words. God bless you. I'll also have very good motivation. And I had a question for you. Can you repeat? You giving, I think it was 3 or 4. And I was trying to write them down, but I didn't get to. Can you go back to those 4 that you were 3 or 4 that you were listing out?
About repeating after me?
No, earlier in your talk.
Okay, so I talked, 3 or 4. So
About the resilience.
The resilience.
4 ways.
Okay. It's called active, constructive, responding, ACR. There's 4 ways that people typically respond to good news. The first way is active. It is listening. It is, tell me more. It is passive. What are you doing that for? Like, why would you do that? Did you get that one?
Yep, keep going.
Did I lose some people? Hello?
No, we're here.
Okay. And then the 4th way is, again, one-upping the person, right? It is, are you there? I can't, for some reason, Melissa, I don't see you.
I'm here. I just went off screen, just bandwidth. You're good.
Oh, okay, got it. It is one-upping. Thank you for telling me that, but what about me? Let me tell you about me. And then there's the other, getting on that computer and definitely not listening. So what that looks like, the 4 ways, again, I'm going to just let you know what we call them. It is, here we go. There is active constructive, which is the eye contact, the enthusiastic support. Passive constructive is when you're kind of quiet, but you really want to act like mom. Don't do that. And then you have active destructive, which is, ooh, why you do that? And then you have the passive destructive is, what about me? Thank you for telling me, but what about me? Hello? Did you get that? Okay.
Now I see it. It makes more sense now.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Amy. I'm so sorry if I confuse anyone, but yes, please reach out to me anytime. Melissa, is there anything else? Any other comments? Any other questions?
Yes, Amy says, thank you so much. This is what I need right now.
Absolutely. We should meet in person. We got to meet in person. I love to see you next year, Melissa. Next year. All right. Well, it has been my pleasure. I won't take up any more time. Again, please reach out, and believe me, You have the power to bounce back.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Monique. All right. So we are getting ready for our 30-minute break right now. So we will see you all back in 30 minutes. So grab some lunch, snack. I'm not sure what different activities. Oh, and also too, don't forget the leaderboard. So still share photos, like photos, interact, because we're going to announce the two winners at the end. So definitely you can even use this time to strategize and get there on the leaderboard. So we will be back in 30 minutes. And from that 30 minutes, we will have Aaron will be up next. And again, same thing, go ahead and end this session. And then in the 30 minutes, you can click on the next session. Also too, you can click on the 30-minute break, and there's some other handouts in that session as well. And we will see you all in well, actually technically 38 minutes. So you got 8 extra minutes for the break, and we'll see you all then.